I'm doing good. It's a work in progress. No, I really wasn't hungry when you offered me ice cream. It's true.
I'm great.
Lies. While I may be doing everything that I'm supposed to do physically, my mental reality right now is pretty much hell. And this has kind of been a hard video for me to get myself to make because I like to be okay and I like to be strong. And I'm not feeling either okay or strong right now. So, but my mom has asked me to keep making videos because she finds them helpful. So here's a video about me talking about, what am I talking about? I don't know. The truth is that even when you are recovering from your eating disorder, you can struggle a lot. And I don't think enough people talk about how hard it is to deal with this new body that you're in. Because when I was sick, I hated myself. But I hated myself at a weight that was substantially lower than the weight that I'm at now. And if you think that weight gain is gonna make you feel better, you must live on some freaking twisted planet. Though I know it was necessary for me to get better, I was not healthy. It doesn't make it any easier. And my struggle with my body will probably continue to go on for a really long time. And I've been told by lots of people that body image distress is one of the last things to go when you're recovering from an eating disorder, which absolutely sucks because you have to eat anyway. And it doesn't matter if you're having a really bad day, and it doesn't matter if your friend doesn't text you back, and it doesn't matter if your family's fighting and you don't feel like eating, you have to eat anyway because you're dedicated to recovery. And it sucks. It really sucks because when I was in the hospital, I had people checking on me literally 24/7. And even when I was in PHP, I was with people the majority of the day, and I had people checking on me almost every single day, multiple times a day. But then when I got out of treatment, it seemed like that kind of dropped off. And it's probably because of a lack of understanding. So I just wanted to go ahead and say this. Just because I am not currently in a higher level of care does not mean that I am cured or fixed or better and happy. And I would still appreciate your prayers and a random text, you know? Hey, how are you? Because something that I've realized about this stage of recovery is that it can be very lonely. Because I'm no longer surrounded by people who are going through what I'm going through. I'm surrounded by people who most of the time have no idea what I'm going through. Or they do know, but they don't know the first thing about what to say or what to ask me or what's helpful, and they're afraid of stepping on my toes, and I'm like, glass object that they have to make sure they're careful around. And all of that can just lead to this very, very lonely headspace. And so I found it easier to just be by myself, which is not good for my depression because isolating always just puts me right in my head, and I probably win an overthinking contest. I put a lot of thought into it. You see what I did there? And I think that I'd win because I think way too much all the time about everything. So when I'm alone, I don't have anybody to share that with, and it just all goes swirling around in my head and never stops. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is check on your loved ones, and even if they say they're okay, just give them a hug, just tell them you care, because you never know what they're thinking in their head, and maybe even ask them, hey, what's going on in your head, because Lord knows I have a lot going on in my head, which is why I find journaling and writing so helpful, because putting my thoughts out on paper gets them out of my head, and when I write them down, sometimes I'm like, this doesn't even make sense, why was I thinking this? Or I write something down and I'm like, I'm a terrible person for thinking that. Or I write something down and I'm like, this will make a great poem, because everyone knows that poetry is my forte. But this is just getting along of me droning on, but I just wanted to say, check on the people you love and spend some time with them, because they're probably still struggling. Okay. Are you okay?